Good morning. Today is August 31st, and I'm overdue for a garden tour video. And when I realized I had to make my August video today because it was the 31st, my last chance, it looks like my July one didn't upload. So I have my phone uploading that video. And this is a phone my daughter sent me when I dropped my phone and cracked the screen. And I tried to crazy glue it, and I've been using it because this phone here doesn't seem to be holding a charge. So we'll see how much of this video I can make on here and then try to piece it together. But this time of year, the garden has either gone crazy or is starting to die back. And the weeds have won. So I'm going to highlight for you some of the things that are actually beautiful. And maybe a few things that I'm a little embarrassed about. So as we come down the back porch, this cold frame sprouted a volunteer, and it seems to be the year of the squashes. Okay, I haven't battled any squash bugs that I've seen, and when I show you the one in front, it's like the squash that ate Cincinnati. Now, I'm not sure what this variety is, but there's a little fruit in here, see? That does not appear to be a zucchini. I'm not sure what that is. So we'll leave it and we'll see. But that's not bad for my homemade cold frame with the window that busted out its screen. So we'll see what I do for the winter in there. And my neighbor got rid of his goldfish. So I inherited 2 more goldfish for the rain barrel, and they made short work of the mosquito larvae. In fact, I made a video the other day. I spotted a spotted lanternfly, and I fed it to the goldfish. And then this cold frame here, no matter how many times I trim back the arugula, it wants to go to sleep. So we'll let that be. The little things are in there are surviving. And zinnia is very leggy. Well, I'm taking a step back because my passion vine arch is just breathtaking. Let's take a step back so we get it all in there. Look at that. It's just breathtaking. Now the flowers are mostly at the top and the bees are loving it. Here's a flower that's low. And on this side it's going all the way over the arbor. And that's my bathroom window. So if I look out my bathroom window, I could see the little bees on the flowers up close and personal. So maybe I'll get a video of that at some point. But my tart canopy shredded in the wind. We had a big flood almost 2 weeks ago now. Feel bad for the towns of Southbury and Oxford and Seymour and Naugatuck. A lot of people had some big problems down there. I'm lucky because I'm on the top of the hill, so I didn't get anything except a lot of rain, some wind. And this bed on the end has some tomatoes in it. Well, let's go this way first. This is my hodgepodge. Those are sun drops that are done. And then in there I've got some strawberries. But on the other side, those are red noodle beans. Starting to climb up there. You can see a couple of the beans starting right there. Those are red noodle beans I trained up on some mason line. And then I've got a tomato. And then the morning glories are starting to take over. They usually do this time of year. Wait till you see my driveway. Just breathtaking. And I try to rip them a little bit out of here. I got a couple passion vines coming up in here too. I gotta get. My greenhouse is doing well now that I straightened out the lilt in it. The cucumber is doing well. Got a bunch of flowers on there. And I've got tomatoes on the other side. And then I just potted up my one bell pepper. I've got a couple more peppers starting on that. We'll see how long we can get that pepper to grow. And then behind that is a container of basil. And I just harvested some. I put some basil in the freezer. And I also made some pesto and put that up in the freezer. Now this other rain barrel here, looks like I got a couple of Jerusalem artichokes growing up behind it. So when they go to flower, I'll rip those out. And then I put some passion vines in this rain barrel. See if I can get them to root. I was thinking maybe I would try growing some in the house. I don't know, we'll see. There's no goldfish in this rain barrel, so I gotta watch out for the mosquitoes. Maybe I'll put one of the goldfish in here. Yeah, there's a bunch of mosquito larvae. I'm gonna have to put one of the goldfish in there. Anyways, here's the tomatoes on this side. And then there's the parsley. I'm trying to let go to seed so I can harvest some seed. Let's go this way. There's my sink I never hooked up. One of these days. And I got a passion vine growing up here, but also a tomato. There's a bunch of tomatoes on there starting. I started to weed this, and I didn't get very far. The sunflowers are all done. And now I got a lot of foxtails. These are awesome in arrangements. They're so fuzzy and soft. I know they're a weed, but I like them. I really need to weed. See, I tore out some of the weeds after I mowed the lawn. And I got a lot more weeding to do. And there's some phlox back there. There's a wild rose back there too. And then here's my rhubarb. And then on the tree stump, remember I planted some zinnias? Grow it up in the tree stump. They're doing okay. They're doing all right, those zinnias. And I have another sunflower here. There's my cherry tree. And here is the garden obelisk I made. I think I showed you that. It's covered in beans now. And then down there is a little bit of Malabar spinach, but I don't think it's going to survive. Well, yeah, look, there's the Malabar spinach right there. It's getting shaded out by the beans. And a whole bunch of foxtails here. And Rebecca in the corner. And more foxtails. Buried both of my blueberry bushes, but they're done anyways. Yeah, I gotta weed. And then the horseradish that I dug up is all coming up, so there must be little roots in there still. I gotta get that out or I'm gonna have a problem. I think I already do have a problem actually. And I'm not going behind the pool today, but you can see the raspberries. Now, they might fruit one more time before the frost comes. But I'm not going to climb back there now because there's nothing to harvest. And let's go on this way. Here's the peach tree. I told you about that at the beginning of the video. And the asparaguses are going to fern. And all the strawberries under here. I just weeded some of this out. It's covered in weeds. It's pretty dry, so I probably need to get the hose out. I've got some chives in there too. Comfrey. Got a comfrey here, and then on the other side of the asparagus. And then that was a lettuce patch. And surprised that lettuce didn't go to seed. It didn't bolt. Different kind of lettuce. Getting attacked by a bee here. Because I'm standing right in front of these glorious marigolds that have sprung up all over. Of course, you know, I took handfuls of seed and tossed it everywhere too, so it's my own damn fault, isn't it? Maybe that's why the squashes are doing so well this year. It's confused by all the marigolds everywhere. But anyways, that lettuce didn't bolt. So maybe I'll harvest a little salad today, we'll see. And then my tomatoes. I've got a keyhole bed right here, see? Keyhole bed, and it's surrounded by tomatoes. Of course, more marigolds. These nice big ones are starting to get ripe. These are the slicers. And then I've got a bunch of aromas for sauce. Now I put up some sauce already, but I've got more to do. And then here's another, tell you it's the year of the squash. That's another volunteer. So I got them trained up here in this pot that I have a peach in. And then zinnias, ageratum, marigolds, a whole bunch of flowers on this bed. I've got a tomato here. I need to tie up this tomato. It's dragging in the dirt. And then this middle of the bed is pretty much weeds. I need to weed this all out. I think I'm going to plant a fall crop lettuce in here if it's not too late. Then I got another tomato here. And then in the front of the bed is cucumbers. I've been harvesting cucumbers like crazy too. In fact, I'll go around to the other side so you can see I've got a big one I got to harvest. I spotted it earlier. Right here. See it? That one's ready to come out. Another one escaping the bed right there. And that one looks like it turned yellow. Anyways, gotta do some burning, and I got a big pile of compost over here. I mowed the lawn. I don't rake, so I got grass everywhere too. Told you this time of year. And those are all my pots. I've gone through all those pots with you already. And they've seen better days. I haven't been watering them. I haven't been taking care of anything. I've been working on that backpack porch project. Now that bench there that's leaning up funny like that, that's the color of the trim on my back porch. What I want to do is I want to put in a couple more boards, make it taller, and then make a rack under the bench for shoe storage on the porch. That's another project I got to do. Now this bed here is beans on the end. Those are black beans, so I'll let those go. I got that sunflower right here. Looks like it might put out a couple more. And then I planted a whole bunch of stuff here for the fall. And I got a hodgepodge coming up. There's carrots and there's radishes, and I think I put some kohlrabi and turnips in here too. So I need to weed. Where's Rebecca's? You see, I never deadheaded. They came back anyways. And then here's the mint that I scalloped. Scalped. Not scalloped. Scalped. And it's coming back with a vengeance. And I should harvest some of this thyme on the end. And there's my oregano going to seed. And chives. I need to preserve some of these herbs for the winter too. Lemon balm, I got a ton of that too. And I scalloped that as well. And blackberries. Blackberries are pretty much all done. Now I've got a pot of blackberries over there where I showed you before my pots. I got a, I'm gonna make a fudge in front. Another project. But again, here are the squashes. Now these I planted. I think these might be pumpkins or acorn squash. Not quite sure. Another patch of basil here that I just harvested from. So there's all squashes along here in between the marigolds. And then my lavender is beautiful. I was never successful with lavender until I bought a plant from Lavender Pond Farm. And it's come with a second bloom. So I might harvest some of that. The bumbles love it. See a little bumble? Can you see him? Let's see if I can zoom in. See him? Well, he's being camera shy. You might see me. Anyways, let's keep going. This pot is all hibiscus. And remember it was all full of this lace? Something was eating it, but then it bloomed anyways, see? Bloomed anyways. And there's a couple more blooms coming, I believe. Yeah. Let's turn it. See, there's another bloom coming. Now this is the one Phil's sister just gave me, and it was it's starting to come back. I think that big rainstorm we had, 10 inches of rain. I had a bucket at my back door that was empty, and within like 2 days it was full to the brim. So that means we got 10 inches, and that's what the weatherman confirmed. We got 10 inches of rain here. There's those pinks coming back for the fall now. The heat's broken. And I'm not going to go up on my pool deck, but I got the umbrella open. It's a little cool today.